The Sleep Mother, 15 full episodes horror English version, Episode 1, Dream of the Mother. It was 3 a.m. The rain drizzled softly outside the Grace Home for Children, nestled in the outskirts of New York. Inside, a thick silence blanketed the dark hallways, broken only by the rhythmic breathing of sleeping children. 6-year-old Liam lay still in his bed, eyes closed, but his face twitched in unease. Suddenly, he whispered in his sleep, "Mommy, don't go." Miss Rachel, the night shift nurse, paused. She was used to kids murmuring in sleep, but something about the tone chilled her. When morning came, Miss Rachel went to wake the children, but Liam's bed was empty, perfectly made. The sheets were untouched except for an old, hand-sewn, dirt-stained white blanket folded neatly on top. And a small note, "Don't worry, Mommy's here now." Episode 2, The Second Bed. After Liam disappeared, fear spread through the orphanage. Miss Rachel immediately called the police, but they found no trace. The CCTV footage? Blank. As if someone had shut it all off. That same night, 7-year-old Emily felt a cold hand stroke her hair as she fell asleep. She heard a whisper between sleep and waking, "Sleep, my sweet. Mommy is here." By morning, Emily was gone too. A white blanket lay on her bed, and a note, she needed her sister. Episode 3, The Night of Silence. 2 disappearances back-to-back had shaken the entire staff. Miss Rachel had a nightmare of her own. A woman's voice spoke, "Why are you watching? Go to sleep. You're not mine." The next night, the halls were quiet. Too quiet. From inside the walls came faint whispers, like a chorus of mothers singing lullabies. Episode 4, The Third Mother. 8-year-old Jacob, always quiet, began sleep-talking. She came again. "But she's not my mom." Her hands were ice. He was still there the next morning, but he couldn't speak. He kept tracing the same words on the wall with his finger, "She is not alone." Episode 5, The Sealed Stairs. Digging through old orphanage records, Miss Rachel found mention of room 13 and a staircase sealed off in 1957. When she forced open the rusted rooftop door, icy air hit her face. Inside, a forgotten nursery. Rocking horses, dusty toys, and a music box spinning silently. Episode 6, The Mirror and the Mother. In the far corner of the nursery stood an old mirror. When Rachel looked into it, she didn't see herself. A woman with messy hair and red, sunken eyes stared back, singing, "Give me back my babies. Or I'll take the ones who sleep." Episode 7, She Returned Again. Miss Rachel stayed awake beside the children that night. At 3 a.m., the room grew cold. Curtains fluttered though the windows were closed. Then 6-year-old Sophie whispered with her eyes shut, "She's back. But she won't take me. I'm not asleep." Morning came. Sophie was gone. A white blanket lay on her bed. Episode 8, Jacob's Eyes. Jacob suddenly laughed, a lifeless, cold laugh. He scratched words into the wooden floor. "She said she'll take them all back. One by one." That night, Jacob's eyes closed on their own. By morning, he was gone too. Only 6 children remained. Episode 9, The Real Mother's Name. Rachel dug deeper into the orphanage archives. She found the name Margaret Holloway, a nurse in 1956 who lost her own 3 children to illness. Driven mad by grief, she set fire to the nursery and vanished with the flames. Room 13 was sealed ever since. Rachel whispered, "She's the Sleep Mother." Episode 10, The Sleep Book. Rachel found an old leather-bound book among the children's toys. Its title, Lullabies for the Lost. One page had a poem written in smeared red ink. "He who sleeps shall dream of her, she who dreams shall never wake, and those she claims shall not return." Rachel trembled. Episode 11, The Countdown. Now only 5 children remained. Each night, one less breath filled the air. Rachel tried to keep them awake, but sleep came like a fog, creeping in. One girl said, "Miss Rachel, Mommy said you lied. You don't protect us." Rachel understood. Margaret didn't see ghosts, she saw her children. Episode 12, Room 13. Rachel broke into room 13 once more. The mirror had changed, no longer Margaret's face, but the faces of the missing children, Liam, Emily, Sophie. Jacob, they spoke in unison. Mommy doesn't sleep. She watches. You promised. Rachel smashed the mirror, the room trembled. Episode 13, The Final Dream. Rachel fell asleep sitting upright. In her dream, she sat on a rocking chair in the old nursery. Margaret appeared, smiling. You took my babies. Now you'll be my mother. Rachel screamed, but couldn't wake up. In the morning, her bed was empty, only a white blanket remained. She finally slept. Episode 14, A New Face, A New Mother. The orphanage reopened months later. A new caretaker, Claire, arrived. I love children, she smiled. Especially when they sleep. She caught her reflection in the mirror. It wasn't her face, it was Margaret's. Episode 15, Sleep Never Ends. Grace Home for Children is abandoned now. Locals say if you walk by at night, you can still hear lullabies, and a woman whispering, sleep now, my child. Mommy is here. The final message found scratched on the door, a mother never dies, she only puts you to sleep.